How will that $1.9 trillion COVID-19 stimulus advance these recovery initiatives? And how will that impact philanthropy in Vermont?
Yeah, well, this is the $2.7 billion question, Fran, that we have right now. We are getting at this stage a sector by sector breakdown of how the American Rescue Plan Act is going to play out. But there are a few things that are distinct about the American Rescue Plan compared to the Coronavirus Relief Fund. First, there's a focus on families, things like direct aid, rental assistance, aid to the unemployed, childcare, energy assistance, and so on. There's also going to be support for infrastructure and tax incentives and aid to businesses. There will be support for young people, both through schools and through literacy programs and more. And the federal package includes critical areas of well-being, like support for mental health to address the trauma and the grief of this last year. And then aid is going to go to testing sites, vaccine sites, and the rollout to help solve the public health crisis. But one important thing in this package is that there's a focus on access and equity. This administration is attempting to better serve historically marginalized people across all sectors. And this one is all about timing. There's much more time for our legislature to determine where to direct these funds, and that's important. The impacts of the pandemic will last for some time, and we have a few years to spend the money. But the urgency right now for many of us is the shift in the public health crisis. And I'll give you a quick example of what I mean. Restaurants and businesses and communities lost a lot of revenue last year because of seasonal income that they might have had from visitation. If we can immunize up to 80% of Vermonters by the time this summer rolls around, we could not only have safe summer camps and events back up and running, but this summer's economic activity could make or break many of our community businesses, particularly those that were just able to hold on last year. So what's clear to me is no matter how direct these federal relief efforts get, there is always a role for the nimble, flexible, and innovative funding that philanthropy can provide. We've partnered, funded soft costs and collaboration, and we've had a chance to think outside some of the silos of government agencies and existing grant programs. And it feels true that it's a pretty critical role in the vision for the future.